Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hi everyone. Today we're making a frog cupcake. Start off with a cupcake, of course. One with a rounded top would probably be best. Then using a serrated knife, I'm just using a regular old kitchen steak knife. You're going to cut a horizontal slice across the cupcake to about halfway. You're going to make this a flat cut just above the cupcake liner. And then cut out a wedge shape, because what you want to do is try to make the frog's mouth that is open. Now the top jaw of a frog is kind of pointy, so I'm cutting additional wedges of cupcake from the top on either side to get kind of a C shape, like a pointy shape on the top. And you'll see what I mean when I'm done. Just kind of like that. And I thought that was a bit too pointy, so I just cut a little bit off until I get what I believe to be the right shape. Now I need to frost the cupcake by using some buttercream frosting. I will put a link to my buttercream frosting recipe in the description box below. It's actually at the beginning of another video. And then frost it up. I just used plain old food coloring to tint this green, and just coat the entire top of the cupcake with the buttercream icing, making it as smooth as you can. Now for the interior of the mouth, I'm using something called fruit roll-ups. They're also called fruit by the foot. It's just strips of candy that you can buy here. Cut off a section of it, and then you want to cut a crescent shape. I'm using a clean pair of kitchen scissors for this. So once you get the wedge shape, you simply just have to put it into the frog's mouth. And you may have to use a knife to help push this in. And if it doesn't want to go all the way in, you might have to go and cut just a tiny bit more at the back. And just push it in. And that'll adhere very nicely to the frosting. For the frog tongue, I'm using Starburst candies. These are great because when you put them in the microwave for a few seconds, they soften up and become kind of like modeling clay. And you can do almost anything with them. So I've just cut out a triangle shape, and I'm just simply going to push it in there to make the frog tongue. And that will stick to the fruit roll up and it won't move after a little while. Now the great thing about buttercream is that once it dries a little bit, you can actually pat it either with your clean fingers or with the back of a spoon or spatula. You can pat it until it's nice and smooth. For the froggy eyes, I'm using, these are just little mint candies. You can use any white candy for this that's a round shape. You could even use a miniature marshmallow. And I'm just using black icing to do the eye details. And then simply press the eyes on top of the cupcake. And there is your completed frog. Now at this point I realized that I probably could use a little bit of extra icing around the edge, so I just put a little bit in a Ziploc bag and just piped a little bit around the edge. Now if you want this to look a little bit more like Kermit the Frog, you can try the following. Take a gumdrop and just roll it out with a rolling pin on the countertop. I put some white sugar on the countertop just to keep it from sticking, and I've rolled it out flat to about 1/16 of an inch, and then I'm simply cutting out triangle shapes with a pair of scissors. If the gumdrops stick to the scissors a lot, you could grease the scissors with a little bit of cooking spray or some butter. So after you cut out a few of the little triangle pieces, you can put them on the cupcake. I'm just simply pressing them into the icing around the edge of the cupcake. And I'm not sure if I like this or not. I think it's still really cute though. So this could be a Kermit the Frog if you're doing Sesame Street cupcakes for a kid's birthday party. So there you go, froggy cupcake. Give them a try.